Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Coaching from the Couch. I am your host, CWall, and we are back together again for another opportunity to talk all about our favorite teams in the DC area. I'm going to give you guys a minute to join real quick. I had to say to myself, this is a personal moment right now. I was like, have I ever worn any of my Delta paraphernalia on the show? Well, I'm wearing it. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I had to make sure that that was known while you all are joining in on the conversation. So I see you all jumping in, getting ready to chat all about the teams in the metropolitan area. You all know I cannot wait. Welcome again to this weekly DC Sports Edition as you all are joining. Make sure you like, love, and share this show with your DC Sports loving family and friends. Make sure you're commenting in the chat so that I know that everybody is here. And make sure I am picking out your amazing commentary and everything that you are doing in the chat. Let me just say this to everybody, okay? Stay tuned for a special announcement at the end of the show. Now, if I get a little hype and start talking, I could even forget that there's a special announcement. So, Joy on the CWall team, who moderates the chat so beautifully every week, she's going to keep me straight on that. So stay tuned for a special announcement because I absolutely need to share that announcement with you guys this week. But welcome again to you all. This is absolutely Coaching from the Couch, your weekly DC Sports edition for certain. Let me go ahead and check in and see everybody who is here. We know, of course, I already mentioned that Joy is here. Damon, I see you. Cameron Mingo, I see you as well. You all have to make sure you are shouting out my mama, Mama Waller, Daryl Taylor. I see that you have checked in. Like Joy is sharing with you guys, like, love, and share the show so that we can get everybody in here with the commentary. You all know that it's always a ton of fun doing this thing live so we can all chat together. Of course, you can always watch the show later, but isn't it a ball of fun live? At least I think so. So listen, I know we're going to get into a lot of Wizards with training camp this week, and of course, the Washington football team, but I absolutely do have a quick Mystics update that we want to get into. So I'm seeing all of the comments coming through. Again, like, love, share the show, comment in the chat so that I know that you're here and I can make sure I shout you all out. Okay? So I see Cameron is already, you all can tell how much he watches the show because he's already getting into one of the mottos that we have here on Coaching from the Couch, the DC Sports Edition. And that is what? When is there a dull moment in DC sports? That would be never. Absolutely never. This week is no different, as you all know. So let's just hop right on into it. Isaac, I see you have checked in, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. We are going to be as interactive as we possibly can, as always. So let's hop right to it on the quick Mystics update. Have to shout out Ariel Atkins from the Mystics on being named to all defensive second team. This marks Ariel's fourth consecutive all defensive team honors. She is the only player in the WNBA to get this, to make all defensive team in each of her first seasons in the league. You see Coach Tebow is giving her a big shout out. Huge congratulations. So shout out to her. Now, here's what was interesting. I told you all how I feel about Coach Mike Tebow. the coach of the Mystics. You know how I feel about Coach. I'm like, Coach keeps it real, straight, absolutely no chaser. So, Coach had to let it be known how he felt about Natasha Cloud being left off the all defense team. Check out this tweet where Coach Tebow tagged the WNBA. Would love to know who the WNBA awards voters are that left Natasha Cloud, one of the 5 best defenders in the league, off of the all defense team. What are you watching? Total disrespect and lack of awareness. Shaking my head. Let me tell you something. I'm with Coach Tebow. Okay. And hey, listen, that's one thing that I appreciate about Coach Tebow. He is going to keep it real all of the time. I appreciate it. Okay. So definitely wanted to give that quick update. I think it's so important to just keep, keep the Mystics news going. Our first ladies of basketball here in the area. Also, wanted to mention, I think it's very important, that former George Washington University star Jonquel Jones won the WNBA MVP award. She won the MVP honors with 48 of 49 first place votes and a total of 487 from a national media panel. The Washington Mystics center, Tina Charles, did get 5th place. She did get 5th place, but Jonquel has been absolutely amazing. She really has this season. And because, hey, she went to GW, so we got to shout her out. So that is what that is. Got to shout her out. But GW is actually one of my alma maters. I went there for grad school. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, let me go ahead and shout Jonquel out. What an amazing accomplishment. So kudos and congratulations to her. Moving on to the next topic, which is the Wizards. Absolutely. Before we get going and move on, we got to absolutely shout out DJ Bland, John Adams, Josh Kirby. What's up, fellas? Good to see you guys checked in. As always, Joy is reminding you all throughout, tag everybody. And make sure you're liking, loving, and sharing the show, because there is indeed a special announcement this evening that I'm sharing at the end. Wizards fans, where are you? Are the Wizards fans checked in? Are the Wizards fans checked in? Media Day was on Monday. This week is training camp. So absolutely have some information to share. But before we get into it, let's share some of the sights and sounds from Wizards training camp day 1 so far. The beginning of the video was a little low, but the rest of it, it's all good. And I love the sound of all that basketball. Check this out. Let's go. Shot. Take a hand. Throw back. Drag. Good. Listen, seems like to me they were getting after it already. And I like it. I like the energy. I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. So look, let's go through, and I got some DC sports trivia for you all too. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. So let's check it out. As a reminder, I shared this last week. This is your Washington Wizards roster as of right now. And I'm saying as of right now because we know that these things are always subject to change. So here is your Wizards roster as of now. Take a look at it. Another kind of logistical update. Here is the media day and training camp schedule. Here's what we're looking at, right? Already seems like the guys are having a lot of fun, which is always good. I'm sure they're looking forward to their off day on Saturday. And check out again their preseason schedule. So preseason starts for the Wizards next Tuesday in Houston. Then they'll be returning home with the Knicks and the Raptors. Then at the Knicks again in Madison Square Garden. So, lot of updates there. And as Cameron has already shouted out the Triple Dub podcast, me and my 3 other co-hosts, we're ready. We're getting ready. Okay? We're going to get ready. So I hope you all are subscribed to the Triple W podcast. We can't wait. We can't wait to get back for season 2. So, DC Sports Trivia, really quick. So Bradley Beal is heading into his 10th season with the Wizards. If you saw his tweet the other day, he was saying day 1, year 10. So it is year 10 for him. So he is now joining some other DC athletes as in the group of the longest active DC professional athletes. Do you all know who those are? Do you all know? I'm going to give you all a chance to say and comment in the chat who are the other longest active professional athletes on the DC teams. And I definitely got to shout out DJ's comment here about the Triple W podcast. Appreciate you, my friend, and all the support that you give to us on the Triple W podcast. I'm going to give y'all a minute. Because I was like, I feel like this is some DC sports trivia. We give you a minute. And while you all are noting all of that, of course, there was a lot of talk about Bradley Beal and how he is currently only trailing Wes Unseld in points scored. He needs just a little over 2,000 points to become the franchise's all-time leader. He's 4th in games played. He also ranks top 5 in minutes played, field goals, assists, steals, and 3-pointers made. So I see that Cameron Mingo has guessed. He's guessed 3 of them. Ovi, Backstrom, Ryan Zimmerman. And Daryl, I see your comment, but this is in regard to current players, the longest active players. So let me tell you all. Alexander Ovechkin, Nicholas Backstrom, John Carlson, Dmitry Orlov, and Ryan Zimmerman. Well, those are the only other players that have a 10-year or more active. So these are our current DC professional athletes. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, let me ask you, let me, this one is another one. Wes Unseld Jr., he is now the whatever number head coach in franchise history. Do you know how many head coaches this team has now had? Which number is he? Which number is Wes Unseld Jr.? I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Daggone it. But I thought it was interesting. Thought it was very interesting. I'm going to give you all a minute there too. And while you all are putting that information in the chat, the only player to not show up for training camp is Rui Hachimura. I know the coaches and the players are always sharing that, Rui has to do what's best for him. He is out for personal reasons. So let's keep Rui in our prayers and in our thoughts, because he absolutely is taking a step away for a moment. So hopefully he comes back. We know that he's an asset to this team. He's loved in this city. So wishing all the best to Rui Hachimura. Now, Daryl says Wes Unseld Jr. is the 35th head coach. Damon says the 30th. Cameron Mingo says the 18th. He is the 25th. He is absolutely the 25th head coach in franchise history. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, the Wizards has some new coaches. They got a new coaching staff. So that's not whole new, entirely new, but they definitely got some additions in Pat Delaney, Joseph Blair, Mike Miller, and Zach Guthrie. Additions as assistant coaches. The top 3 assistants all have head coaching experience, either in the NBA or G League. I think it's important to share that note. Another note, 8 of Washington's 16 core players are under the age of 25. And all of the roster, the entire roster heading into training camp, they're all under the age of 29. So that just goes to show, again, the young team. Now, of course, it's always looked at as they're veterans, but they're still really, really young. Injury update. So far, so good, everybody. They're saying, Spencer Dinwiddie is expected to make his Wizards debut on opening night. As you all know, he underwent surgery to repair a partially torn ACL that he suffered on December 27th of last year. Denny Avdia, he's doing better. Expected to make a full recovery. He has participated in numerous on-court drills with the Wizards player development staff, and he's absolutely being eased back into basketball activities during training camp. Thomas Bryant, he's continuing to rehab after his partially torn ACL, but looks to be doing well, looks to be doing okay. So got to keep our eyes on it. As always, got to keep our eyes on it. Another thing that I wanted to share with you all, because I felt like I said, have we really talked about this? I mean, we've talked about the free agent pickups, but probably not in depth. So I said, let's talk about it now. When you're looking at this, and of course, it seems as though there's a lot of different shooting options, right? But I thought it was interesting that the team wanted to shout out and note the accolades that these pickups have received. And I think that's important. I think it's important to share, okay, these are the accolades that they have received. And I want to know you all's immediate reactions to the accolades, to the experience. Okay, now the Wizards have picked up 2 players that know what it feels like to be a champion. I know when Montrezl Harrell won that 6th Man of the Year award. I feel like those things are important. I'm anxious to see, Wizards fans, how you all feel about that. Do you feel like that's important? I think so. I do. Because they can bring still while they're young. That goes back to the comment about how young this team is. But when you still experience playing at the highest level and in crunch time and intense moments, you know how to collect. You know kind of the do's and don'ts, if you will, of those intense moments. You were able to witness and experience firsthand what went well and what didn't. And this team, Bradley Beal included, does not know how that feels at the highest level of the professional game. I think those things are important. So I'm continuing to find the bright spots and trying to see, okay, that's cool. That's nice. That's where some of these younger players can still bring experience that while they may be younger, most of this team has not have not been at that level. They have not played in that atmosphere, so they don't know what it is. That's just a fact of the matter. They have no idea what it is. So, as I've been saying for a minute now, even when these moves were being made, what I was sharing was simply this: wait and see. Wait and see. We have no idea what's about to transpire. We don't. And the energy is good. I'm enjoying the energy. I like it. It's cool. I'm probably more anxious in seeing the difference and from what I have been able to witness just off of video and what I have been told. Yes, the pace of the practice is definitely picked up. The energy, the electric feeling of being out there and being already just competing against your guys that you played against and plays you daggone near tough. So hey, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Nothing to get overly excited about, but there's definitely an entirely new look. We've been dealing with an entirely new look on the Wizards for a while now, y'all. So yet another look. We'll see what happens and we'll go from there. Now, let's move on to the Washington football team. And I absolutely need to see the likes, the loves, the tags. I think I saw the 85 South crew fan club check in. I think I saw the 85 South fan club check in. I think I did. So the likes, the loves, the comments, definitely need to see that you all are in the building so that we can get through this conversation about the Washington football team. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to run all of this back. I knew that I saw a check-in from the 85 South fan club from Atlanta. How are you doing, Randall Martin? Amazing, amazing, amazing. You definitely want to tap in your Washington football fellow fans in this one. Absolutely. And as Joy has been reminding you all, please stick around for the special announcement that's coming in just a moment. In just a moment. So, you all know the drill. Hopefully, you know the drill by now. Hopefully, you know the drill by now. And that is, we play a game that's called What's Your One Word? What's your one word, Washington football fans? What is your one word to describe your initial reaction to the week 3 game against the Buffalo Bills? What's your one word? Already see these one words coming through because Damon already knows the drill. So Damon is sharing that he was disappointed. And as you all continue to comment with your one word responses, and then my mom even done jumped in here, disgusting. Daryl Taylor said, sad. Cameron Mingo's gonna share. That was awful. Listen. That was simply, and Joy, she said that was a poop, full of poop week 3. I had the one word of regressing. That was my one word. That was my key takeaway. I was like, they look like they're getting worse. They look like they're getting worse. I see TJ, your comment here, horrible. I was like, are they getting worse? Then I had to backtrack, as we all do, and I had to say, so look. Last year, the Washington football team won 7 games. 7 games, lost 9. 7 games won. Here's the hard truth. 7 games is not the sign of a good football team. It's just not. 10, that'll get you some head turns. Like, oh, okay, y'all won 10 games. All right. 7 won. That's not a sign of a good football team. The other hard truth is this. Washington they only played from a good to elite quarterback type of situation. The only quarterback you can say, all right, they gave that one a run for their money. It was Pittsburgh. And everybody knows banged up Big Ben Roethlisberger, the Big Ben Roethlisberger that everyone is anticipating to retire at any moment. But Big Ben is still Big Ben, still very smart quarterback. But that's the only one. Only one. Then if we backtrack even more to last season, at the beginning of the season, remember Washington beat the Eagles. Beat them kind of bad. The Eagles were all out of sorts. That's when they were still starting Carson Wentz, all out of sorts. But following that, they went down to Kyler Murray, right? Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff. And then what happened was other players from teams started losing their key players. But at the same token, it's not like we witnessed this team beat elite offenses. That matters. So what I had to do was have a very hard conversation even with myself. And I simply said, your expectations were too high. Now, here's the other truth, a real truth. Week 3, did we all really have Washington at 3-0? No. Because they could have easily been 0-3 right now. Easily. Now, when you're talking about Justin Herbert, who plays extremely well, you're going to give Justin Herbert the credit that he deserves. Justin Herbert is good, right? We know that Daniel Jones always has a field day, no pun intended, on the Washington football team. I think he loves FedEx Field more than anybody, right? And then, hey, Josh Allen is mean. Remember Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills were starting to show who they were last year. Like, we coming. We are coming. We will be respected. We will be contenders in the AFC. So listen, I said, they're not that good. They played well against mediocre to poor offenses. Defensively, it's been a struggle for a while now. It has been a struggle for just so long, and just can't get out of the vicious cycle of having to struggle offensively. And that is unfortunate. The key difference, here's why it's like, okay, well, my expectations were too high. All right, I can face that. We can all face that if we're being truly reflective in that, especially starting out. Here's the big difference, in my opinion, from last year to this year, and that is the schedule that the Washington football team has. Ooh. This. Listen, that's tough. That's a lot right there. It's scary. It is. Some things are going to have to change. They know that. Everyone can say, hey, listen, this is a marathon, not a sprint. That's true. That's absolutely true. But where even I had to level set was, which elite quarterbacks, who were they outscoring toe-to-toe with another elite quarterback across the field? Who were they stopping? Nobody. And that's the truth. That's the truth. It's a hard truth, but it's the truth. Yes, they can improve, but this schedule is not getting any easier. Not at all. Not at all. I'm trying to figure out how they got this schedule. To figure that out. I have to figure that out. Now, it's week 3 this week. I saw the 85 South fan club. They're getting ready for their big tailgate. The Washington football team will be in Atlanta. This is an opportunity for the team to get it together. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Here was a bright spot this week. I thought this was really nice. I said, wow, Taylor Heineke has a shirt. Scary Terry shirt. This is cool. Taylor, if you're listening, let us know where you got the shirt. I thought that was cool because Terry McLaurin, as far as I'm concerned, right now, currently is the best tackler on the team. He had to run somebody down last week after they got a pick and stop them from scoring. And I'm so ever appreciative of that. Now, I see everyone is talking and mentioning, very important point, the defense. Jack Del Rio and his scheme. I do want to play a very short clip of a question that he was asked just today in regard to the miscommunication that we can all clearly see is happening out there on the defensive side of the ball. Check this out.
Miscommunication happening at times in various parts of the defensive line, secondary, what have you. And so the idea of guys trying to do too much, is that what
yeah. Any of those types of things are my responsibility to make better. So I'll clean that up.
I appreciate Jack saying that's on me. I appreciate that. I can appreciate that he can admit I gotta clean that up. But when though, Jack? Because if we're being, again, really honest about this thing, these are things that we all saw last year. We saw this. We saw miscommunications in the secondary. We saw, and as many people as you all know, I don't have to tell you all, this is not an education class. I'm letting you all know. You know, if you can't stop the run, and this team is always, this defense right here has always had difficulty with that run. Jack got to do better. Jack has to absolutely do better. And I'm glad, at least with the miscommunication, he said, that's on me. I have to clean that up. Good, Jack. Yes, you do. I'm glad you admitted that. I'm much appreciative that you admitted that. Yes. Execution matters now. Hey, listen, it has to be the right marriage of coaching and execution. But I can rock with you, Jack, just for a moment, because you know you need to clean that up. And exactly what DJ is saying here, they better do it this week or it's going to get super ugly. I agree. And that's the challenge. That's the challenge. It is what it is at this point. It is what it is. And here's the thing. We can all gas ourselves and believe that it's just week 3. That is true. But guess what? In the National Football League, if you all are watching other teams play, guess what? Every player, every coach, every time they're out there on their field, guess what they want to do? Win. Win. The energy is tremendous. When you're watching other games, they're trying to win. They don't care that it's week 3. They absolutely want to win that football game. They don't want to get destroyed. They don't want the whole situation to turn into a debacle. They don't want that. You got to fight. And if this team was ever in a situation where they thought they were better than they were, they should be, they should be awake now, humbled, if you will. All parties involved. because this stuff can't happen. The schedule is rough. And no one is ever wishing any bad luck on any team. But if all these teams are coming out with their QB1, this could be a mess. I see, Wallace, your comment about Jamin Davis. Yeah, he's getting better, and that is a good thing. But it was obvious Cole Holcomb was getting targeted almost the whole game. Why? Because they know that's a weak link. The offense knows that's a weak link. Unfortunately, this team has players that may be on the bench on another team, but they're starting for the Washington football team. It has to get better, or else this will be a disaster. I'm saying it right now because this is what I do in media. I'm not, you could be a fan all day long, but hey, this is getting rough, people. This, and it's not necessarily about a panic button, but if you can see the regression, you can see that it's like they know they're getting beat. And they just like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know. A lot of conversation about Chase Young, and I just think, I don't know. Chase Young, I'm trying to figure out, I feel like every time Chase got that roughing the quarterback penalty a couple games ago, it's like he almost nervous to touch the quarterback. Almost like he's overthinking everything he's doing. He's got a couple of penalties, infractions, and everything. I know he's so excited, but now it's like he's trying to hold himself back from making a mistake that could be detrimental to the team. And I understand that. I absolutely get that. I think even with that, the right coaching and trusting himself, he's gonna get it together. He's gonna get it together. So I think he's gonna fix that. I do. But but we have to remember he made some mistakes early on, but you can always recover from those mistakes. I wholeheartedly believe Chase is going to recover from those mistakes. If Jack Del Rio and others are encouraging him and empowering him, yes, you made a mistake in that game. You made a mistake in that game, but you can absolutely recover. And I'm going to believe that Chase will recover. He's going to be all right, but I know that making those mistakes can scar you. It can scar you. It can scar you mentally because you don't want to do anything that's going to put your team at jeopardy. But this is something that needs to happen. But at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and say it. The issues were there. 7 games, won. That's not the sign of a good team. It's just not. I see, TJ, your comment here. I think we're lacking veteran leaders. Hey, who you are in the face of adversity, veterans can help with that. Hey, if you fumbled, I love the way Antonio Gibson has recovered and what he's able to do after his big fumble in week 1. So you have to continue to improve. Those mistakes are going to happen. I do agree with Coach Ron Rivera when he said in the press conference the other day, hey, listen, you play this game long enough, you're going to get beat like you did on Sunday. But the thing of it is, you're not going to win every game. But try to fight to win every game. That's the key. As I mentioned before, hey, there's some bench players that are starting on this team. So you're just going to get beat some weeks. And that's just the reality. But I don't know. But this game right here, they have to get it right on the Atlanta Falcons. They have to get it right on the Atlanta Falcons. Because after that, who is it, y'all? We got the Saints, the Chiefs, and just, I don't know. Those I can only see those 2 games right there. Any team can beat any team on any given Sunday. We all know that drill. We know that drill. We know that in our sleep. We know that any given Sunday. We know that. But the teams that play consistently and get to the finish line, that's who will prevail. I don't know if you all have had your eyes open on what's happening in the NFC East. Now, hey, listen, the Giants are just, they're trickling down. The Cowboys pounced on the Eagles pretty bad from what I saw from a highlights perspective. Don't have to play either of them for a bit, but it's time to absolutely wake up and be prepared for the time when it comes. When it comes. So, this is a big one. I feel like we just had this conversation, y'all, because remember already in week 2, we were already saying this is a do or die game. This is a must-win game for this team. And you have to be self-reflective again, you guys. 7 games and making any noise is really not impressive. There were teams that won 7 games last year and didn't make the playoffs. So, hey, listen, 7 games is not the sign of a good football team. However, there should still be progression, not regression. More to come, more to be seen, because you absolutely want to pay attention to what's happening for certain. We're going to still hope for the best like we do every single week. So with that being said, we got to move on to a part of the show that is bold predictions. Bold predictions for the game in Atlanta. Amazing stadium. It's beautiful. I want to see you all's comments on your bold predictions. I'll put them up on the screen because, hey, so far, some of the bold predictions now, a lot of bold predictions about Washington beating the Giants, that turned out to be true. That was good. That was good. Bold predictions. There's still some players. We need to see them have their breakout game. They need that oomph. They need to get excited. Definitely need to see that. Now, Cameron Mingo's going all the way out and is saying that Washington's offense will put up 50 on the Falcons. And who knows? The defense might get some scores. They might, get back into the score, running up the scoreboard on them. Who knows? Joy says 28-14. Daryl, I got you at 27-24. Now, my mom is talking about the Falcons going to win. Now, hey, that's a bold prediction. That is a bold prediction now. Hey, listen, offensively, they just couldn't get it going, and defensively, they couldn't stop much. DJ, Washington scores 30, but in a loss. Will Washington get in a shootout? Will they get in a shootout? Demond, 35-31. Wallace calling the game close. Washington wins 30-28. I'm like, what in the world? Oh, so my mom meant 24-10. The Falcons gonna get 10. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. They can get 10. This is going to be interesting. And I really, really, I see you, Bear. Chase is going to have a field day. I'm ready for it. He can do it. I think he has to get out of his head. I really believe that Chase got that roughing the quarterback penalty. He got an infraction, another game, or maybe it was in the same game. He's going to snap out of that. He's going to snap out of that. I believe that. TJ, 21-14, Washington. Listen, you guys, I love it. But it's going to have to be some changes. Maybe these first 3 games were like preseason to them. Perhaps. Now, this is a big, bold prediction. Now, if Kyle Allen has to come in, let me say something about this too. And I know we're way over, but we're having such excellent conversation as we always do. I think we're at the place with Taylor Heineke, and I think it will probably happen with Kyle Allen as well, in that these are just some growing pains that the team is just going to have to sit through, and the fans are just going to have to sit through. I do really like, one thing I really like about Taylor is that he has a resilience about him. But one thing about it, when you're trying too hard to make things happen, you make mistakes. It's just like the Logan Thomas fumble on Sunday. It's like, Logan, You got the first down. Protect the football and get down. You don't need to get, you don't have to be no, you don't have to do anything. I understand, okay, you're trying to get extra yardage, but was that necessary right then and there? No, it wasn't. You had the first down when you caught the football. You didn't have to keep going. You was good. Just trust themselves. I would like to see. Now, let me go back to this point. When it comes to Taylor, it's obvious to me that somebody has told him not to run. Stay in the pocket. And I think, sometimes the coaches have to appeal to their players' strengths. And I think that's what they need to cultivate their strengths versus trying to change them into a player that they're not. So I would like to see the coaches do that with Taylor. Like that's just where he's strong. So we shall see. I see Nelson's comment here where he needs to play his game. Yes, play it the way and help refine it that way. It's not necessarily wrong. It's not wrong at all. It's not wrong at all. And see, when he trusted himself, I definitely said, run for it. Run. You can make it. You're fast. He's fast. Go and run. Go get it. Get after it. We shall see what happens. We shall absolutely see what happens. Now, we have made it to the end of the show. Before you leave, here is the announcement. Now, part of this announcement was actually shared last week, and that was on me because I kind of spilled those beans, and I was like, well, wait. Oh, I was supposed to wait until this week. So check this one out, you guys. Here's the big announcement. Yes, you guys, it has been 3 years. 3 years on Monday, October the 4th. And let me just tell y'all just straight up, in the straight no chaser, this is CWall. Candy about to switch up on y'all. Okay, now Candy is here. Listen, you guys, it's such a blessing to talk to you guys every single week. And I'm like, listen, the fact that this show is landing on the Coaching from the Couch anniversary. Listen, I'm not sure who you pray to and what you do and who your higher authority is, but mine is most absolutely God and the man upstairs. So it is not by chance at all that the new show is starting on the day of the anniversary. October the 4th was my very, 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 very first show. And I sometimes go back and I watch that show for kicks because I was terrified. Now, hey, listen, some weeks I'm good before we got to do a show, and other weeks I'm like panic attack. But listen, God is good and he is merciful all the time. And I have you all to thank for tuning in each and every single week. The Washington football team fans show up all the time. So yes, a show dedicated to the Washington football team. It will be on Mondays. So I'm ready. I was going to say now, wait, if it's, if it ends up being Monday Night Football, then you know what we're going to do? Y'all know what we're going to do. We're going to do the pregame show. That's what we're going to do. So every Monday, be right here. Now, hey, listen, keep your notifications on for this page because sometimes schedules get funny on Mondays. And this is me being very transparent. So sometimes schedules get funny on Mondays. Depending on the guest, they may need to meet earlier. They may need to meet later. But just so you all know, we'll absolutely notify you and let you know, here's when the show is going to be. Here's when everything is kicking off. So thank you all. as always, year three of Coaching from the Couch live on Facebook will be on Monday, starting off with the Washington football team update. So, you guys, let's get ready to have some more fun. Okay, we're going to do Coaching from the Couch twice a week. So, as Joy is saying, make sure you all stay close to the CWall page for updates on all of the shows. I appreciate you all's congratulatory remarks. I'm sure you all are going to tune in on Monday. That's the actual anniversary date. So let's get ready and let's have some fun, okay? All right, you guys. Thank you as always for tuning in. And I guess it's safe to say I'm going to see you guys on Monday.